How's it going, everyone? This is K Collections. Hope you're all having an awesome day. Summer 2 has a lot of beautiful waifus in swimsuits, but one servant stands above the rest. It's none other than the adorable chocolate bunny pharaoh we all know and love. Summoned as an assassin, how good is Summer Nitocris? Upon release, when compared to the other 4-star assassins, Nito's attack stats are towards the lower half, just under Shiki. HP stats, on the other hand, is the second highest, just lower than Yanqing. She's a arts-focused servant with below average NP gains. Because of her low hit counts from most attacks, her NP gaining multiplier isn't great, which hurts her whenever she can't perform a brave chain. To give you an idea, using her arts attack first will give you roughly 6% charge. Most servants charge about 8 to 10%. Not a whole lot of difference, but it's to illustrate her below average gains. Best way to charge her NP is to perform an Arts Quick Arts Brave Chain, which will give you around 30% NP. Her NP Arts Brave Chain will give you roughly 55%. Star Gen is not great for an assassin. A Brave Chain involving her Buster and Quicks will only generate 20 stars or so. For active skills, Nito focuses on two things, attack and defense. Her first skill is best used with her taunt ability because you want that one-turn defense buff. The main problem is that Beach Panic has a higher cooldown, so your timing will be off. Instead, use her first skill as soon as you can. Taunt abilities are typically used mid-battle. By the time you need her taunt, her first skill should be ready, but there's a lot of factors to consider. There's no reason to hold on to the defense buff. She may lose unnecessary health from random attacks, and you want to keep your taunt servants in good health, otherwise they'll die when activating the skill, unless you intended to sacrifice them, but how could you do such a thing, especially to Nito? Now, if you do time the two skills correctly, Nito can potentially survive NP attacks, which can save your allies if it's single target. If you're facing enemies with 3 charge bars, hold on to both skills till then. 4 bars is a bit more tricky. 5 or more bars, use her defense buff right away. This is if you max your skill. So the damage reduction lasts for 3 turns. Typically, enemies will hit you 3 times in 1 turn, but the effect can roll over if the enemy decides to use a skill instead. Her final skill is meant for her NP attack. The increase in NP gains will help with NP refunds, allowing her to spam the attack. Her Noble Phantasm is an AoE which debuffs defense after the damage. The instant kill is a nice touch by me, don't rely on it. You want to use this attack first with an NP change for the defense down. It's a nice setup. Besides, her overcharge isn't that great. As said before, an NP Arts Brave Chain can give her around 55% NP, but if you activate her third skill, deal some crit damage, maybe some overkill, Nito can potentially use her NP attack next turn. For Craft Essence, focus on increasing her arts performance. Nito isn't a strong star generator, so having a passive star gaining CE like Chocolatier will help. Dive in Blue will be this summer's event CE, so it'll be max limit broken and is a solid free-to-play choice. You also need to increase her damage since Nito has low stats. Tranquility is more so for NP spamming with the added bonus of generating a few more stars with her quick attack. Golden Sumo is more of a general boost. Nito's NP attack is the main way she deals damage, so increasing her NP gains and strength makes her a more reliable DPS servant. Obviously, for an arts servant, Tamamo is the best supporter. Her skill reduction allows Nito to tank more in battle, and Tamamo's NP charge reduction can help you time Nito's defensive skills better. The arts buff and NP charge makes Nito a reliable NP spammer. Main problem is that typically you'll use Nito against riders, which Tamamo is weak against. Nito's star gen isn't impressive, so if you want to focus more on crit damage, you'll need a strong art star generator. This is where Katsuriko can help. His burst star gens will help your team crit more often, the attack and arts boost will help with damage, and his NP buffs defense, which will help Nito's tanking. Just like Tamamo, you'll most likely be facing riders, so having a caster may not be the most ideal thing. Nash is an arts servant who can make Nitocris practically unkillable. The combinations of defense buffs Nitocris receives between the two servants are insane. This is a solid stall team since both servants have taunt abilities. You'll offer your third servant a lot of protection. Pick a strong arts DPS servant, Lancelot, Vlad, Robin, the list goes on. But you will need a strong damage dealer since Nitocris and Mash aren't known for their high damage. Having another AoE assassin makes farming against riders a lot easier. Shuten being arts focused and having identical command cards synergizes well with Nito. The main strength for this team are the constant AoE defense debuffs. You can activate Shuten's charm skill to lower defense, then activate Nito's NP, which will again reduce defense. Chaining Shuten's Noble Phantasm will result in even more damage, and don't forget, Shuten's NP decreases defense as well. So that's 3 defense downs for 3 enemies for 3 turns. What's crazy is that both servants can spam their NPs, further debuffing enemies. As an added bonus, Shuten can buff Nito's attack and NP strength. Combine that with her own buffs, Nito can dish out quite a lot of damage to riders. My final thoughts on Summer Nitocris. She excels at being a tank, having high HP and multiple defense buffs. The taunt offers protection for your team. With a few more defense buffs, she can even take on single target NPs without sustaining too much damage. Nito also excels as an NP spammer, which is her main method for dealing consistent damage. Combined with her third skill, she can be a solid DPS assassin against riders. Now, Nitocris isn't perfect. Her taunt skill has a very long cooldown, so you'll typically use it once or twice in battle. This makes her less consistent in protecting your team, which is a shame because she's a solid tank. Another problem is that her star gen as an assassin can be considered one of the lowest, so assassins typically overcome their low damage modifiers by producing a lot of stars to deal crit damage, but Nito will need to rely on support for stars. On the subject of damage, she's only effective if you activate her third skill. Nito's attack stats are low, again assassins have low modifiers, and with low star gen, she's not strong without her skills. Overall, Nitocris focuses on tanking and NP spamming. She's definitely effective against rider bosses as well as farming. Against difficult neutral bosses, she wouldn't be my first pick. Nitocris is an effective assassin and overall decent servant. The problem is that besides the two roles I mentioned, she doesn't offer anything else. Other assassins can outperform her and other servants can offer a lot more. I like her, she's adorable, but Nito isn't a servant you should go full whale mode on, unless you absolutely love her. Special thanks for all my patrons for supporting me. If you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon. So, will you summon for Summer Nitocris? Comment down below and let me know how many Saint Quartz you will use. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more FGO content. Follow my Twitter, Instagram, and Discord server. All links are in the description. Have an awesome day, everyone. Good luck. Till next time.